The workouts featured in the following show may not be suitable for everyone. It is recommended that you consult a physician before beginning any fitness program.
Hi, I'm Meg from Fit Over 50. I'm a certified personal trainer and older adult fitness expert, and I am joined by my sidekick, Fit Finley, who's here to keep us going and motivated. In today's episode, we're going to be focusing on hip and knee strength and stretches. So this is ideal for anyone, but especially if you've had bad hips or bad knees, or maybe you've had a hip or knee replacement. All of these exercises will be safe for you. So let's get started with a warm-up. We're going to start with some toe taps and reaching with the opposite arm. So as we do so, think about tapping that toe to the floor in front of you, and then at the same time reach and stretch that arm towards the front of the room. Now as you do this, think about keeping your shoulders back. Think about breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And think about maybe what's motivating you today. Why are you joining me? What is motivating you? Maybe it is improving the strength in your hips or your knees, or maybe it's getting into a regular fitness routine. But anyways, whatever the reason is, I'm so glad you're here with me. From here, let's tap those heels to the floor. So press your heel down and lift that toe up towards the ceiling. This is a great stretch for the back of the legs. Now as we do this, we're going to reach out to the side. So reach out. Good. And at any point, remember that you can grab a chair. We are going to be using our chair a little bit later during our workout. But at any point, if you want to hold on, or if you need to slow down or do things a little differently, that's fine. Please listen to your body as we exercise. All right, from here, we're going to be changing it up with a box step. Hands on your hips. We're going to start by taking a step to the side. Take a step forwards, a step to the other side, and then step back. So just imagine you're taking steps just like a box. So left, front, to the other side, and back. All right, good. Now, if you've done dancing of any sort, you've probably done a box step. You're probably familiar with this. But what this does for us here is it helps us move in every direction. Now, I work with a lot of people, and they find as they get older, walking backwards is a bit harder to do. And even taking some side steps may not feel quite as natural. So it's good to challenge our bodies and move our bodies in all different ways. And keep going, because that's what it's all about. Keep that body moving. All right, we're going to change directions. So go the other way now. Good. All right. Now, if you're looking for an advanced option, what you can do is take a step, lift your foot, and then lower. Step, lift your foot, and then take a step to the side. So lifting that foot and then lowering down. Lift and lower. So this is working on our balance, which is good to do. Good to challenge our balance. Awesome. Remember, this one can be done holding onto a chair too. All right, good. And then from here, we're going to be tapping your foot behind the other. So keep your hands here on your hips, and you don't have to reach too far, but just far enough to warm up the back of the legs. This is a good one to warm up our hips as well. And keep those shoulders back, standing tall. All right. Now, option number 1 is continuing on like this. Option number 2 is reaching the same arm. So same arm, same leg. Reaching it in front as you tap that foot back. All right, good. As you do this, tighten up your glutes. Excellent. Let's keep going for 3, 2, and 1. All right, good. So let's move into our specific exercises for our hips. We're going to start with our hips today. We're going to grab your chair. We're going to stay standing, but it's nice to hold on to something as we exercise. So So we're going to start with our side raise. We're going to place this hand back on your hip, hold on to your chair, and before we start, think about bending your knees just a little bit. We want to keep our knees soft. So that means not locking them straight, but keeping them just soft, a little bit bent. We're going to lift one leg to the side and then lower that foot. We're going to lift and lower. And notice right here, down the side of your hips into your outer thigh, this is where you will feel this exercise. All right, so today we are going to be aiming for about 10 repetitions. But if you have exercised with me before, you can definitely fit in a few extra ones. Go on up to 15 for today. All right, let's do 2 more. Good, keeping the knee soft. 1 more. And let's lower that foot. Let's walk it out. All right. So I like to walk it out. I like to circle my shoulders back in between exercises. And this just helps you to get into that mindset of relaxing in between the movements that we do. All right, move that chair. Other side. Again, bending the knees and lift that leg. It doesn't have to be very high. And if you've had a hip replacement, listen to the restrictions that your doctor may have told you. And also do listen to your body. If something doesn't feel good, stop or make an adjustment so that it feels a little bit better. All right, good. Let's do 5 more here. And we all have a stronger side. So just notice if this is easier or a little more challenging than the other side. And it is normal to feel it in the hip that you're standing on. Just know that. But bending the knee a bit can help to take off that pressure. Walk it out. All right, we're going to go back to the other leg. So again, move that chair. And this is a good workout as well for your upper body. Let's hold on to your chair. And this time we're going to be bending the knee that's furthest from the chair. And we're going to be doing an exercise called the fire hydrant. This is Finley's favorite exercise. And let me know why you think this is the case. So we're going to be lifting. Keep your knee bent. We're lifting and working a little bit deeper into that hip. Good. So lifting up, pause, and lower down beside the other. Lift, pause, and lower. So we'll do 5 more. Good. Standing tall, tightening up your core. Good. Let's do 3. And 2. Okay, you can feel that one. And 1 more. All right, good. Let's walk that out and switch again to the other side. All right, other side here. Bending into that knee, lifting up, fire hydrant. Good, lifting up and lowering. All right, good. Now don't overdo it. Don't lift higher than it feels good. All right, we always want to focus on what our body is experiencing. So even halfway is just fine. All right, let's do 4 more here. And 3. Good. 2. And 1. All right, good. Now we're going to move to another exercise, keeping our legs straight, hands on your hips. Take a step away from the chair. We're going to be doing some hip circles. So we want to think about circling those hips around, keeping the knees straight. Legs are straight this time. And this is a good way to stretch everything out. All right, good. Breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth, and then pause and go the other way. All right, awesome. Good. So if you have notice that these exercises are helping, be sure to let me know. I would love to hear from you. All right, good job. So let's take a moment here, grab some water, and I'll meet you back in just a sec.
This program is brought to you by the Ottawa branch of the National Association of Federal Retirees, protecting federal pensions and benefits since 1963. Visit federalretirees.ca to learn more.
The workouts featured in the following show may not be suitable for everyone. It is recommended that you consult a physician before beginning any fitness program.
Welcome back. So our next exercise will also be standing. We're going to be focusing on some hip circles, and I want you to bend your knee for this one. So we're going to start by bending both knees just slightly, and then bend your knee here, and we're going to start with your hand on your hip, and we're going to start by circling out to the side. So we're going to aim for 10 times, and then we'll change directions. Now, as you're doing this, remember to stand tall, keep on breathing as well. Now, sometimes people tell me that they feel a bit of a cramp in the back of the legs. So if that's the case, you can straighten your leg a little bit more. Don't bend quite as deep, but if you can, keep that knee bent. All right, change directions. We're circling in towards that other leg now. All right, good. So this is really good for mobility. This is going to be helpful to have more flexible hips as well, which in turn will help you with walking and even going up and down stairs or curbs. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, good. Let's walk that out, and then we'll move to the other side. All right, here we go. Finley's checking out what's going on. Bend that knee, bend the knee that you're standing on just a bit, and we're circling out to the side. And you may notice that one side is easier than the other. You might be a little more flexible. Maybe you can do bigger circles. So just take note of that. All right, 3, 2, and 1, and then change directions. We'll go the other way. So 10 times here. Good. Still breathing. All right, now if you do want to challenge yourself, you can always lift one of your hands or even hover. Good, let's do 3, 2, and 1. All right, good, let's walk that out. Now we're gonna move right into a stretch. We're gonna stretch into the back of the legs. And we're gonna start by holding onto your chair, feet together, and then take a big step back. All right, good. So we're going to start by stretching our hamstring, the back of the leg, and we're going to be bending into your front knee, press into the back heel, and then shift your weight and lean in towards that chair. This is a really good stretch to do right after you go for a walk, because our muscles in the back of the legs get quite tight. Good to stretch them out after we've been exercising too. Now the next stretch we'll do is a little different. We're going to straighten up your torso, and I want you to lean back just a little bit. You should feel this stretch in the front of your back leg, and this is the hip flexor. It gets quite tight just from sitting all day. We're going to reach your arm up, and this will help to deepen the stretch. And as you lean back, and as soon as you feel that stretch right here, hold it here. All right, remember to keep bending into your front knee. And if you do want to work on your balance and you feel safe doing so, you can reach the opposite arm in front. Let's hold it here, breathing in and out. Good, and then let's lower, step in, and step back with the opposite side. All right, starting by bending into the front knee, shifting your weight, leaning into that chair, pressing your heel right to the floor. All right, you can also add one arm, reaching in front, maybe the second arm, if you feel safe and stable, but we got that chair there, which I do recommend holding on to. All right, and then we're gonna be shifting your weight back a little bit, lean back just until you feel that stretch in the hip flexor, and change arms. So it's the same arm that's reaching up overhead. Breathe in and out. And then the challenge here is to add your arm reaching right in front. Good. All right, good. Keep breathing. Let's hold it here. 3, 2, 1, and let's release and step in. All right, good. Now we've been focusing on our hips. We're next going to be moving right to the knees. So let's start by facing that chair. And we're going to be doing our knee flexion, which is our standing exercise, which looks like this. Standing tall, I want you to shift your weight to the opposite foot And then bend your knee, pause, and then lower. So shift your weight to the opposite foot. Bend the knee, curling that leg back, lowering down. All right, so we're switching and alternating legs, focusing on our posture, standing tall, shoulders are back. All right, and this one you will feel right in the back of the leg, our hamstrings. Good. And it's important to strengthen these muscles because having stronger hamstrings can really assist with weak knees. All right. Now, I've worked with a lot of people who are older seniors, maybe in their 80s or 90s, but they have a hard time doing this one. And this is because of a lack of flexibility. It could have to do with your knee joint or something else. But the more you do this one, you may notice you become a bit more flexible over time. But if all you can do right now is a little curl, you can't go very high, do that. Do that. Just do your best here. All right, let's shift into our next exercise, which are some kicks. So option 1, if you're really wanting to start at level 1, add a tap. Okay, tap the toes in front. We started our workout with this. You should be familiar with this one. Option number 2 is adding a kick. Doesn't have to be too high. Think about lifting your knee first and then extending the leg. Lift the knee and extend the leg. And then if you really want to challenge yourself, you can reach maybe a little further, lift the leg a bit higher, or you can always reach your arm overhead, challenging your balance as you go. So it's important to do what you can and also know that there's always room for improvements. There's always room to continue to challenge yourself. And that's why we're here, hopefully having some fun too. All right, 3 more. 2 and 1. Last one here. All right, let's position our feet. So one is in front of the other, slightly to the side, so they're right in front of your hips. Hand on one hip and hold on to your chair. We're going to bend your knees here, keeping your hips, taking your hips back, keeping your back straight, shifting our weight backwards as we bend those knees. Something to think about is to keep your feet flat on the floor. Don't lift your heel. Sometimes our back heel likes to lift. Don't do it. Keep your foot flat. Good. And this one is excellent for all the muscles around your knees. So good. You'll feel this in the front and back of the legs as well. 2 and 1. And then change legs right away. Let's continue. Good. All right, focusing on strengthening those legs. Good. Awesome work. We're almost done. Let's do 5 more, and then we'll take a little break here. 4, 3, 2, and last one. All right, awesome. So take a break, grab some water, and I'll see you in just a minute.
This program is brought to you by the Ottawa branch of the National Association of Federal Retirees, protecting federal pensions and benefits since 1963. Visit federalretirees.ca to learn more.
Welcome back. So have a seat. We're going to focus on some seated stretches for both the hips and the knees next. So the first one we'll do is we're going to place your hands on your legs, and I want you to extend one leg at a time right in front. And as you do this, think about flexing that foot. So point your toe up towards the ceiling, and this one will really stretch into the back of the legs. All right, good. So we're alternating legs here. Focus on sitting tall, away from the back of the chair so you're not touching the back. And I've got a little something for Finley as I'm doing this one. Shake a paw. There we go. What do you say? Wouldn't you say he's a good motivator? He definitely keeps me motivated. All right, good. Now from here, we're going to be lifting one leg and circle your ankle. At the same time, we'll circle your wrists and then change directions. Good. Now for the next one, if you have had a hip or knee replacement on this leg, cross at your ankles, and we want our knees to go out to the side a little bit and just lean over. This is a good stretch for the outer thigh and the hips. If you don't have a hip or knee replacement, or maybe your doctor has said this movement is just fine for you, you can take your leg higher up. It may look like this, but you also may be a little more flexible, and it may look like this. Now, as we lean forwards, you'll feel a stretch right down that hip and outer thigh. And this is a really good position if you're changing your shoes, and also if you have any sciatic pain, this is a really good stretch to do. All right, good. Let's lower that leg. Opposite side, lifting, circling. Circle your wrists as well. Good, and then change directions. Awesome. And then option 1 here is crossing at your ankles, leaning over to stretch, or lifting the leg higher up above the knee, also leaning over. You'll know when you feel this one. It feels good. And this is a good position to be holding during the day. So even if you're watching TV, sit in this position, keeping your back straight, shoulders relaxed, and you may find you become a bit more flexible and your hips really release. So, cause you to feel a bit more mobile when you walk. All right, good. So let's lower that leg here, and we're going to lengthen and sit a little further to the edge. Lengthen that one leg, heel to the floor, toe pointing up, both hands on your knee, and we're going to lean over. Now, the other option is to keep one hand on your bent knee and to reach the other arm towards your toes. Good. And you will feel an awesome stretch right here up the back of the leg. No bending the knee. And point that toe a little higher to feel the stretch a bit deeper. Good. Let's come on up and we'll do the other side. So if you do have, if you have pain in the back of your legs, if you get cramps at night, and if you go for walks and you find that your legs are really tight after, then this is a really good stretch to start doing a few times a day. Hold it for 30 to 60 seconds. Good. All right, good. And then come on up. All right, we've got another one to stretch the front of the legs. So we're going to shift and turn to the side. Now for this one, we want to press your toes into the floor. Aim your knee towards the floor and then hold on to the back of your chair. Hand on your hip and just lean back just enough to feel a pull right here in your thigh. All right, if you want to deepen the stretch, option 2 is to lift your arm and reach up overhead. Good, so really nice to stretch the quads. This is a similar sensation to what we were doing earlier, standing up, our hip flexor stretch. But this one will go a little bit lower. Let's rise up and we'll shift to the other side. All right, good. Curl those toes under. Aim your knee down. Hold on to the back of the chair and lean back. Do your hand on your hip, or option 2, lift that arm, reach up overhead. Good. Breathe in, breathe out. And let's lower the arm down. Good. And then come back to our position here. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed our workout. Give yourself a hug. Thanks so much for being here today.
We hope you enjoyed today's workout. Don't forget to visit rogerstv.com for schedules and listings of other great workout programs that you can enjoy right in the comfort of your own home. Visit ottawapublichealth.ca or call them at 613-580-6744 for some excellent tips and publications on the many ways you can maintain a healthy, safe, and happy lifestyle. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.